Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mutegeki from Group 6, and I'll be taking you through the introduction to the briefing talk about the effects of Russia-Ukrainian war in Uganda as a country. Since the military operation of Russia in Ukraine started in January 2022, there is no view when the conflict will end, or there is no hope of change of direction. This uncertainty has increased the impact of the war on the already disrupted trade and travels across the world, regarding this largely due to the geographical location of the war, but also the importance of both countries to Uganda. According to the Observatory of Economic Complexity, a global private trade data bank, Ukraine's main export to Uganda in 2020 was wheat, worth $141 million, followed by the unclassified items worth $66 million, ironware, special purpose truck, helicopters, and aircraft parts. Uganda exported to that very country leaf tobacco and coffee worth $13 million, while aircraft parts and accessories worth $10 million. In 2020, for example, Russia supplied 33% of Uganda's wheat and muslin imports worth $50 million, while Ukraine sent Uganda wheat worth $17.7 million, which represented 17% of Uganda's shipment. Uganda shipped to Russia straight tobacco leaf and coffee worth $53 million and $43 million respectively. The two countries being at war has had diverse effects on the social, political, and economic. The two countries being at war has had diverse effects on the social, political, and economic aspects. Uganda, as a developing country, has had from both countries and their neighboring. This has been evidenced by the following effects.
Yes, good afternoon, members. I'm by names of Sseruwu. Continuing with the effects as my colleague has introduced, the Russia-Ukrainian war to Uganda. I want to look at the decline in the military recovery. As we all know, we are globally in Uganda today, as a country, we have been affected greatly by the effects of COVID-19. So, lifting the sanctions has given countries like Uganda, being in the third world, trying to recover. So, these hopes of starting to resume economic activities there, here and there, questions of industries and all that, have been greatly affected by this war. Why? We survive, we look at companies in Uganda who survive on raw materials from these countries which are much as I'm looking at what's like oil, what's like wheat and all that. So the economic recovery has been greatly affected by this war. Secondly, we look at the increasing prices of wheat. Looking at the countries like Russia and Ukraine, both are greater suppliers of wheat. And as you all know, we have companies in Uganda which use wheat as a raw material for their operations. So this countries being at war as economic activities in these companies at a standstill because of these increasing prices and the effects in the lead time, production here and there, the effects in the trading because wheat can longer come in as usual. So it's also a great effect to these companies, factories here in Uganda which are.
Good afternoon, members. I'm Saphira Akankunda-2201402631. I'm presenting one of the effects, which is loss of lives of Ugandans. A lot of people lost their lives in Russia-Ukraine war. Ugandans inclusive. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Uganda had over 100 citizens in Ukraine, mostly students who had gone for their studies, especially medicine, engineering, and agrotechnology. As a nation, Uganda lost skilled people who would have helped us
here to present another effect of the Russia-Ukrainian invasion. Good afternoon, members. My name is Nassamula, and I'm here to present another impact of the war. It is continuous increase in the fuel prices. The global oil and gas industry is affected. For example, for the Uganda and other East African countries, it was made worse by a trucker drivers strike at the Kenya-Uganda border over the COVID-19 rapid testing. Russia is also the world's third largest oil producer, behind the United States and Saudi Arabia. The disruption of oil prices on the world market is expected to lead to an increase in the fuel prices and higher costs of food production.
Yes, my name is Birabwa, and I'm presenting our last effect, which is reduction in agricultural production. Sanctions have been imposed on Russia by Western countries, which will further exploit commercial flows between Russia and Africa. And when we talk of Africa, Uganda falls in Africa. Meaning whatever affects Africa, Uganda is affected. And due to the closure of vital ports operations in the Black Sea, Russia is one of the world's biggest exporter of fertilizers. Concerns are growing that the world's shortage of fertilizers will lead to reduced food production and hence raising the food prices with the knock-on effects on agricultural production and food security. And I want to make a conclusion on the effects. I continue? Yes. In conclusion, while there are socio-economic ramifications, which are already substantial, and the situation remains unpredictable, because none of us can tell when this war will end, Uganda as a country must also see the current geo-economic political crisis as an opportunity. We shouldn't continue to lament, but in every challenge, we should always see a silver lining. And we are saying we should use it as an opportunity to reduce our reliance on food imports from outside the country, and also take advantage of our having 60% global share on Arab land to grow more food for domestic consumption. Yes, as a country, we are already facing the challenges as listed above, but all the same, we have to continue as Uganda, and we have to continue by employing resilient strategies to resilient supply chain strategies.
Yes, thank you very much, evening members. My name is Nteyera. One of the strategies that Uganda should carry on with is resilience in chain supply. We should be able to get other available options. There should be other things, other suppliers that the government can contract in order to reduce the effects of the Ukrainian-Russia war. That way, these effects of high prices of commodities and fuel prices would not be affecting us as much as they do. Thank you.
Next.
Thank you very much. My name is Laaki Robert. I'm here to present you as a nation. On behalf of my company, we are here there's some strategies which we must employ to make sure we continue going on with the current situation. We have to cope up with the current situation, even the Ukrainian war which has happened. On our strategy, as a nation, we need to take over a strategy which is event like capacity buffers. Here we make sure that as a nation, we must advise our producers to ensure that really they make sure that they keep inventories and then keep buffers so that there is continuous production together for our customers. In addition to that, as a nation, we need to advise our manufacturers to take on manufacturing, networking, diversification, to make sure that besides getting supplies from Ukraine, we cope up with other nations so that we get as is the raw materials to ensure production is processed. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone. My name is Lugodha, part of Group 6. I'm here to present employee manufacturers concerning strategies to curb supply chain challenges. Looking at different points on the next previous speakers, let's look at the point of ecosystem partnerships. The Ukraine and Russia war has showed a big effect on the supply chain of raw materials, and this calls for a diversified approach in sourcing of raw materials. Most of those that are imported, for example, wheat and then oils. Part of that, the ecosystem partnership also calls for collaboration with the local companies, collaborate with the national companies to get raw materials, and also build partnership with service companies. In addition to that, also, companies that don't have multiple locations have been advising to come up with international relationships for being able to acquire these raw materials from those different countries. Let me also address in conclusion, the Russia-Ukraine war has done.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm called Geofrey Mangara, also known as Geofrey. And I'm part and parcel of Group 7, representing on the strategies that we can use as Uganda to harbor the effect that's coming out of Ukraine-Russia crisis. Connecting from the last presenter, bringing forth geographical dependency. Let's try to reduce on the geographical dependence. Like, instead of depending on Russia, Ukraine, what are the alternative options that we can bring forth as Uganda to harbor this effect? Just in case, because we are seeing this effect, we don't know how long it's going to take. But we cannot keep on lamenting on the effects, apart from coming up with that. So we can come up with different, we can reduce geographical dependence. We can have other countries to come and support on the same alternative. Like, for example, UAE, they also have oil. Why should we go to United Arab Emirates or to buy to get oil from there at a subsidized price? And the last point is product harmonization. Product harmonization, we use common, like we can use what we call a middle ground. Like, instead of relying on routes from maybe Russia, Ukraine to come to Uganda, we can use a middle ground for alternative routes, and we deliver the products, hence coming the effects from the crisis. On the conclusion, therefore,
We are in the middle of an unprecedented global supply crisis, and we have several more months of validating ahead of us. Let's think of these challenges, challenging us, as the opportunity to gather insights about our supply chain development and develop new strategies to strengthen it and withstanding the emergencies. I beg to submit.